Greetings and a warm Sunday to all. Welcome to Southern Gospel Sissy. I'm Justin Ryan. Today's episode brings forth a heartfelt new track by the Nelons titled God is Speaking. Additionally, I'll be updating you on Scott and our upcoming journey to MD Anderson in Houston, Texas. In the coming weeks, we'll embark on a special Pride Month celebration honoring our LGBTQ heritage and showcasing iconic members of our community who have carried the message of God's love for all the rainbow children of the world. I can't tell you how excited I am to share these episodes with you. As mentioned before, the Nelons hold a special place in my heart, and their music has been a constant companion throughout my life's journey. Their album, Beautiful, from last year, included today's song, originally sung by the late Mandisa and penned by Ronnie Freeman. You know, it's been some time since we could travel and connect with many of you in person, and we've missed you dearly. This series was born out of the initial shock of Scott's cancer diagnosis, serving as a medium for us to share our journey and continue ministering through our trials. However, it's evolved into much more. Each week, God places a song in my heart that brings me hope, and being able to share that experience with you, showcasing how God comforts us in real time, is such an honor. So thank you for spending your Sunday mornings with me. Earlier this year, we took the initiative to pre-record several episodes to ensure that while we focus on Scott's treatment, the melodies of Southern Gospel Sissy will continue to echo the praises of the God who has steered us through every storm. Many of you have glimpsed into the snapshots of Scott's journey through our social media updates. Today, I come before you with a heavy heart, tenderly asking for your prayers as we navigate this tumultuous waters that lie ahead. This week, we were dealt a harsh blow as we learned that Scott's cancer has spread to his liver, moving him into stage 4. The much-anticipated surgery in Nashville has been put on hold as we grapple with exploring alternative treatment avenues. The weight of this news bears heavily on both of us, and while hope and faith are our steadfast companions, there are moments of darkness, tears, and days when the music fades. Witnessing the love of your life wage war against this insidious disease is an anguish like no other, yet in the midst of our despair, God's light flickers through, gently reminding us of his unwavering love. During Scott's initial radiation sessions, a familiar face greeted him. A dear friend who was like a father to me growing up just happened to be there undergoing a similar battle. This simple action of solidarity served as a beacon of hope, a silent assurance that he is not walking this difficult path alone. Similarly, before a recent PET scan, we crossed paths with a fellow warrior, a lesbian from our quaint southern town, who had been courageously battling stage 4 cancer for the last few years. These serendipitous encounters served as divine reminders that God's hand cradles us through the storm. Even in the throes of despair and disbelief, God's divine plan shines through. Following a biopsy, a call came expediting Scott's appointment at MD Anderson, advancing it to a surgical consultation almost a month earlier than planned. In these moments, we witness the intricate tapestry of God's providence, assuring us that his plan will unfold gloriously. As we brace ourselves for Scott's forthcoming tests and treatments in Houston, we lean on your prayers and unwavering support. Scott will be on FMLA until he can go back to work, impacting our family's finances significantly, and additionally, I will have to take FMLA as well to help care for Scott when surgery does happen. Your prayers during this tumultuous period are a balm to our weary spirits. For those who have expressed a desire to help, a GoFundMe page has been set up by Marcia Stevens Pino and Reverend Elder Nancy Wilson. The link will be shared soon for those who are willing to extend a helping hand. Your outpouring of love and support is a beacon of hope in our darkest hours. For those grappling with their own battles, whether physical or emotional, know that in our weakness, God's strength is made perfect. Just as Jesus' scars bring healing, our wounds serve as the personal testimonies guiding others to his unfathomable grace. May we never forget that we are but fragile children, wholly dependent on God's love and provision. In times of plenty, let us not take God's blessings for granted. Let us humbly acknowledge our continual need for his grace and power. God whispers words of inspiration, infusing us with hope as we navigate life. Before I attempt to sing this song, I ask you to join me in prayer for Scott and all those we know battling illness. Dear Jesus, divine physician and healer of the sick, we turn to you in this time of illness. O dearest comforter of the troubled, alleviate our worry and sorrow with your gentle love, and grant us the grace and strength to accept this burden. Dear God, we place our worries in your hands. We place Scott and our friends, Chastity, Joffrey, Brandy, Terry, Mike, and Chris, under your care and humbly ask that you restore your kids to perfect health again. Above all, grant us the grace to acknowledge your will and know that whatever you do it for the love of us. Amen.
Have you ever heard a love song that set your spirit free? Have you ever watched a sunrise and felt you could not breathe? What if it's him? What if it's God speaking? Have you ever cried a tear that you could not explain? Have you ever met a stranger who already knew your name? What if it's him? What if it's God speaking? Who knows how he'll get a hold of us, get our attention to prove he's enough. He'll do and he'll use whatever he wants to tell us I love you. Have you ever lost a loved one who you thought should still be here? Do you know what it feels like to be tangled up in fear? What if God's somehow involved? What if God's speaking through it all? Who knows how he'll get a hold of us, get our attention to prove he's enough. He'll do and he'll use whatever he wants to tell us I love you. His ways are higher. His ways are greater. Though sometimes strange, what could be stranger than God in a manger? Who knows how he'll get a hold, get our attention to prove he